Sprout Scouts! Welcome back to the garden. I'm Allison, and this is Maisie. Today, we're going to be going on a field trip to one of my favorite places, the Durham Public Schools Hub Farm, and we'll also learn a craft that helps us share our flowers with friends and family near and far with party prep. Let's dig in. All right, now let's go to the Durham Public Schools Hub Farm. I'd like to introduce you to my friends, Hannah and Jeff. Also, let me know if you've seen Maisie anywhere. I have no idea where she's gone. Welcome to the Hub Farm! I'm going to explore a little bit. I wonder what kind of cool things we'll find. I'm having such a good time exploring the Hub Farm. Now that I'm here, I'm going to talk to my friend Hannah. I'd like to learn a little bit more about what is here at the Hub Farm.
Hey, my name is Hannah Ball-Damberg, and I am a farm educator at the Durham Public Schools Hub Farm. Here at the Hub Farm, we have a pretty small quarter-acre vegetable garden, a pond with a floating classroom, forest trails, ducks and chickens and honeybees. We're located in North Durham on 30 acres of property. We're between Eno Valley Elementary School, Carrington Middle School, and Northern High School. And we are a farm that is open and run by Durham Public Schools.
How do you share what you grow?
Here at the Hub Farm, we run something called a CSA. And a CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. The CSA model comes out of the Black agricultural tradition in the South. In the 60s, Dr. Booker T. Whatley out of Tuskegee University in Alabama founded this model. Members pay up front for a certain number of weeks in a summer, and then every week throughout that season, they receive a bag of produce. It's a way for farmers to be supported, and it's a way for families to receive produce on a regular basis.
Next, we're going to meet my friend Jeff. Jeff volunteers at the Hub Farm.
Hi, my name is Jeff Seelan. I am a 8th grade English teacher at Lucas Middle School, one of Durham Public Schools' finest middle schools.
What are some reasons that you volunteer at the Hub Farm?
Farming is something that I love to do, and I can't separate that from the things that I do outside of work, so it just seemed like the right thing to be doing, especially now when a lot of us are stuck at home. It's a great place to be outside and give back to the community, especially a community that I'm a huge part of because of my job.
On our visit to the Hub Farm, we got to watch and see how many different types of vegetables and herbs are harvested. All the produce is brought back into the packing shed, where it's given a wash. Each week, depending on what's available, the produce and herbs are divided up and weighed and put into the individual bags for each family. Look at this beautiful collection of food. So yummy. Now, let's head back to Camden Street Learning Garden, where I'll show you how to use flowers in our party prep. In our previous episodes, and now, we've been focusing on how food can make it from our gardens into people's homes. Our garden has lots of fruits and vegetables, but it also has lots of beautiful flowers. Wow, all of these are flowers, but they all look so different. We know that flowers come in all different shapes and sizes. The one thing they all have in common, no matter the size, no matter how tall, is that they help plants make seeds and fruit. We'll use the beautiful flowers in our garden to make some crafts to help share our flowers and our food with friends and family near and far. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to head out into our gardens. You can head out into a garden or a green space near you and find some beautiful flowers. You can write them down, or you can draw pictures of them. I'm going to use my cell phone to take some photos. all flowering plants make seeds. If we don't want our plants to go to seed and end their life cycle, for example, if we want our flowers to grow all summer long, we're going to practice something called deadheading, where you remove the old bud from the stem. Deadheading is a process where you remove dead flowers from a plant to encourage further blooming. Bye, bud. Let's go harvest some flowers for our craft. Remember, using scissors requires adult supervision. When I'm looking for flowers in the garden, I'm probably not going to clip these. These are on a pear tree, so eventually these flowers are going to turn into pears. All right, now that we've harvested all of our flowers, it's time to do some crafts. What sort of crafts do you think we should do? Oh my gosh, we can make so many things. We can make magnets or bookmarks or put on origami. We could make wrapping paper. We could make menus. I could put it on the cover of my Sprout Scout journal. I could put it on a letter and send it to all of my friends. I could make postcards. Wow, there's a lot of options. Awesome. Those are all really good ideas. I want to do all of them, but let's start with one first. These are the supplies you'll need for today's activity. Some thick paper or postcards, some flowers, masking tape, scissors, crayons or other drawing utensils, a small hammer or a big rock. This needs adult supervision as well. Some thick books to work on top of. Start out with some thick paper. I used watercolor paper, but you could use cardstock or something similar. I'm going to start by folding my piece of paper in half and then cutting it down the middle. Make sure you have adult supervision if you're using scissors. Then I'm going to take a stack of books, and this is going to help protect the table during this process, and put my piece of paper on top. I'm going to pick my favorite flowers and put them on my masking tape, face down, and then I'm going to flip those flowers over and place them on the paper where I'd like them to show up. Make sure I get that nice and firmly stuck down, and then I'm going to take a hammer or a rock. This also requires adult supervision, and make sure you're keeping your fingers far away from where you're hitting this piece of paper with the hammer or the rock. I'm going to make sure I get every single part of the flower or the leaves that I'm working with. And then I can unpeel the tape from the paper, and I'll start to see these flower patterns show up. And you can wipe off the rest of the flowers that get stuck to the paper, and there you go. So I'm going to make a menu. I'm going to use some crayons, and I'm going to write down all the different types of food that I'm going to be making today. And that's an example of how to make a menu with this flower pounding skill. I also made a postcard and I decorated the front of my Sprout Scout journal, but the options are pretty endless. You can do this on just about anything you'd like to decorate with flowers. Wow, we did so much today. We visited our friends at the Hub Farm, and we made some really beautiful and useful things with flowers. Right after this, I'm going to go make a bunch more of these postcards and send them out to all of my friends and family to invite them to our next episode, which is also our last episode, so that we can all share our food and our garden stories together. I can't wait to see you there.
And one of my favorite memories, no, that's not it.
We know whose food belongs to what. Placemats, magnets, open a souvenir shop.